Hello everyone, welcome to the New York Employment Law Show. This is episode 4. I'm Scott Peterson from DeRazio Peterson LLP, and the purpose of this show is to provide you with information about employment discrimination and sexual harassment matters in the state of New York, to answer some common questions that you might have, and to help you make the right decisions as you move about this complicated and complex legal path that you're obviously on and that you're looking for, which brought you here. Today we're going to talk about what this process looks like. And one of the questions that we receive from people who call us with sexual harassment cases, for example, is how does this whole thing play out? So today we'll talk about briefly an example of how this plays out. In this case, we represented an individual who was a firefighter for a local municipality. This firefighter had been experiencing significant harassment on the job. And this had been going on for some period of time. And when this firefighter made complaints about the harassment, there was retaliation in many different ways. And as a result of that retaliation, the firefighter felt that the job could not be performed safely and that there was no choice but to ultimately leave the position. Now, when the firefighter came to us, we evaluated the situation, we did our investigation, and we determined that there was a strong case of harassment and discrimination and retaliation. First thing we did was we brought the case to the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And we did that as a precursor to filing a lawsuit. We also filed what's known as a notice of claim with the municipality to notify them of the potential for a lawsuit. After that happened, the firefighter had to undergo some questioning by the attorney for the municipality. We prepared the firefighter for it, and it ultimately went very well and positioned us so that we felt that we were in a strong position to move forward into litigation. The discussions pre-litigation did not end in a resolution that we thought would be favorable for our client, so we decided to move forward and file a lawsuit in federal court. We did that in federal court in Albany and litigated the case for several months before we ultimately attended a mediation to attempt to resolve the case. In federal court in New York State, mediation is mandatory in nearly every case. And mediation is a process by which the parties to a lawsuit sit down with a neutral third party and try to negotiate a settlement or a resolution. Mediation is often successful. In this case it was. After several grueling hours of negotiations, we were able to come to a settlement, a compromise that we felt was ultimately in the best interest of our client and that put the matter to rest once and for all. So that's sort of one way that this process plays out in sexual harassment or discrimination cases. Some cases don't get resolved at mediation, some cases get resolved earlier, some cases don't get resolved at all, and a trial is required. There are lots of different scenarios that can potentially play out, but that's why it's important to educate yourself about the process. We have a lot of experience with these cases. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Until next time, thanks for watching.